Hey, what's going on, family? It's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in with you. Another amazing day. Hey, real quick, I want to just share my personal testimony on how my econ, the personal financial success company, has helped change me and my family's life, right? So before my econ, I was living not even paycheck to paycheck. I was living getting paid Friday to being broke on Monday, right? I had credit cards maxed out. I was in debt up to my neck and was clueless about money. So I was introduced to this opportunity by my personal mentor, Mr. Terrence Hill, the founder of the Financial Blueprint Academy, because we believe in giving people a financial peace of mind, right? And he shared this information with me, and based off the first strategy when it comes to cash flow management, I was able to legally adjust my W-4 form as well as my wife's, and we income shifted an extra $700 back into our household each and every month, right? And we took the new cash flow and put it towards our debt. And up to today's date, we have snowballed over $50,000 in debt at the government's expense, right? And on top of that, we have actually cash flowed just over $100,000 by applying these strategies. So I encourage each and every one of you to reach out to anyone you hear who is talking about personal financial success, representing my econ, because we're all about changing lives and we want to welcome you to the financial journey. Have a blessed one. Peace.
All right, let me get this thing out in front of my face right here, and then we can take off. So what we're going to do today, we're going to see why is personal credit such a big thing, right? What's going on? How is it affecting my daily life? Okay, so we're going to jump right into this. We already had our testimony, right, for our own Nick Woodard, showing you how we are going to apply extra cash flow, and this is a step that's going to show you how to apply the extra cash flow to pursuing your purpose, okay? Because if you saw in the descriptions, okay, what we were doing, we are allowing you to see a peek in to how we were putting your purpose together. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, are you trying to make a for-profit? Are you trying to make a non-profit? Are you trying to work from home? Are you trying to do a brick and mortar, right? Whatever that is that you're putting together for yourself or for your family, the best thing to do is to make sure that you have a system. See, so many times what people are doing is they're selling you individual products. They're selling you an individual service, right? And this particular thing says, hey, get you a bunch of leads so that you can do this, that, and the other. Or, hey, go ahead and learn how to get your Facebook groups together so you can do, so whatever these things are, those are just individual steps. We're going to show you how to put together a whole plan so that you can pursue your purpose. And it doesn't concern you about selling things, right? It doesn't concern a second job or anything like that, okay? So let's jump on into it right now so we can see exactly what we're doing. So I'm going to get out of the way so you can see the whole presentation, and let's jump over into it right now, okay? Jump into our slideshow. Okay, so what we're talking about is the My Credit system and what you need to know, right? What is it that you are trying to accomplish with your credit challenges, right? Your issues, right? Maybe you are a 400 and you're trying to get to a 700. Maybe you are 500, you're trying to get to an 800, right? So, or maybe you're already a 6 something and you're trying to get to past the 700 mark. Whatever that is, you're going to help yourself because you're going to be able to increase your cash flow. Because if you have better credit, that means that you have less of a penalty that they're going to impose upon you when you are buying or you using your credit. So let's say, for instance, if you're getting a credit card, or let's say, for instance, a car, right? And the car, if you have great credit, maybe you can get a 4 or 5% interest rate. But maybe you don't have great credit, so now you got to pay 29%. So there's a bunch of money that you're losing just simply because the credit is not in the right place. I've seen people charging anywhere from upwards of $2, 3, 4, $5,000 to get the personal credit done. And not to say that it's not worth it, but can you do it yourself? Yes, you can do it yourself, and very easily. So let's take a look at it. Okay, facts. Everybody is interested in credit. Okay, no matter who you are, where you are, right? Those are your things that you're trying to align, because you got to get a home, you got to get the car, you got to get extra money because the taxes are being taken out, right? So all of these things, you got to get something in to use your credit, right? So they even judging you on the next job that you're getting. They're judging you on your insurance. Okay, so you got to get yourself to a better position credit wise. Okay, so look at it. 68 million people have bad credit. 68 million. 40 million people have, errors on there. You hear people say, hey, 7 years this, 10 years this, right? There's a lot of old wives' tales that are out there, but what is actually working, right? So this is a $3 billion industry. So I believe in $3 billion, there's a place for you if you wanted to start a business, right? Or you can just simply see how it's going to affect you. If it's affecting these many people and it's affecting this much of the capitalistic society, then it's definitely something that you ought to have better knowledge of, right? So think about it like this. 79% of people who disputed errors were successful in removing them. Okay. And see, what you got to do is you also got to be consistent, because another higher percentage got the removals of the errors done also because they sent off continual letters. Okay. So we'll talk about that as well. Now, who doesn't want good credit? Okay. And what is good credit? What is a good score? Best credit, 800 to 850. Excellent credit, 750 to 799. Okay, good credit, 700 to 749. Fair credit, 650 to 699. Poor credit, 600 to 649. Bad credit, 300 to 599. Okay, so you can see your score can travel between 300 to 800 points. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to find out that where are you right now, and where do you want to be? Do you want good credit? Is that something that you desire? Or are you okay with losing tens of thousands of dollars every year because you're paying too much in interest? Okay. So now what we want to do is look at the whole score. Let's look at the pie. Okay. So 30% of this, as you see, is an amount of debt. Okay. And then 15% is the length of the credit history. Okay. And now also what you want to see is how these points add up. Right? So you can see on the left side how the percentages round out. On the right side, you can see the payment history. That's 192.5 that you can have on the payment history side. And then you have your credit utilization. That's 165 points that you have a chance to max out at. Then your credit history. That's 82.5 points that you have. Okay. The new credit, people ask me all the time. They say, hey, Mike, I just got X amount of things, right? I just got a new car. I just got new things. And see, what happens when you get new things, your credit goes down a little bit. So you have to understand what's the ins and outs and how these things work. So new credit is 555 points. Credit mix, how everything is, that's another 55 points that you have a chance of getting. Okay. And what we do with the My Credit system is to make sure that you see that we address all 5 of those factors. Okay. So we want to make sure that you are where you want to be. So it's not just enough. And you should think this, it's not just enough to have somebody do it. All right. People say, hey, Mike, I'm too busy. Are you too busy to throw away thousands of dollars every month? To me, it seems like, hey, I would settle down a little bit so that I could stop losing the money no matter what that took, right? So what we want to do is we want to be able to address and learn how it works so that when we address it finally, it's done, okay? Because generally, when somebody pays for credit, generally they're coming back in another year, 2 years, 3 at the most, okay? Because there's no education about what's going on, okay? So the solution is this. We got 4 letters. Debt validation letter, method of verification letter, violation of your FCRA rights, which is Fair Credit Removal Act, okay? The intent to litigate letter, right? There are a few other letters that can be used depending on your situation. So we have things that are focused on uh, the debt that comes from student loans. We have things that focus on HIPAA, right? Things that are, say, for instance, you may have some collections that come from the medical side, right? So we have the different letters for each thing. So you have also your credit utilization you have to focus on. Solution for this is to pay down your revolving debt. And your revolving debt is a couple of ways that you look at different things. Well, three. Okay. You have your installment, you have revolving debt, and then you have your just basic overall debt. Okay. So installment, you have your revolving credit, and then you, of course, like your basic things like your mortgage and things, right? Mortgage is like an installment, but they do put that in a different category. Okay. So we want to look at debt elimination, increase your credit limit, new credit as well. Solutions one pays down your revolving debt. Okay, that just eliminates your debt. Solutions two and three lowers the credit utilization. Okay, that increases the difference between how much you can use and how much you are using. So you want that gap to be wide. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. Right, in the credit history, another solution or a solution you can use is an authorized user. Some people may have heard of it as piggybacking. Okay, and see, these things, the authorized user can definitely help you to get yourself into a better position. See, what happens is you can find a relative or a friend with a good credit card, good usage of their history. Right, you want to make sure they also have the usage below 35% at the max, okay? Because if it's higher than that, it's really no use of using it, okay? Then you ask to be added to the account as an authorized user, okay? The card owner does not have to give you a card. So when it comes in the mail, you reject to the card owner, they can just simply cut it up right then and there. All you are using is the credit history, okay? You're going to inherit their payment history, right? So now the new credit solution, adding trade lines. So I said, Mike, what are trade lines, right? So we will actually show you how those things work. And trade lines are simple. Those are the things that are just reporting onto your account, right? So if you have a car, if you have a credit card, those are trade lines that are reporting to your credit. Okay. So we're talking about department store cards, secured credit cards, rental history. See, these are ways that you can add trade lines to your report. The credit builder loan, that's a good way. People have heard the self, those different things. Okay. See, credit builder loan helps you to build your credit and an emergency fund. See, what we do is not just simply say, hey, get the credit right. But no, what we do is say we give you a whole system so that you can understand, okay, how when I get my credit, how and why, you're informed. Now you know what the next step is. See, it's personal financial awareness and then the solutions and strategies to get you to where you are now aware of, right? So now let's talk about the credit mixture. And the solution for that is the applying for credit, right? Because you want to have a good solid mixture of revolving, installment, and mortgage, okay? So revolving debt, installment debt. Once you complete the first four credit scoring factors, you will have a credit mixture. Okay. See, not listed here is the mortgage. See, a good way of looking at things is a 3-2-1 mixture. Is a 3 in revolving debt or credit cards, 2 installment debt like cars, okay, and then 1 mortgage. That is a great foundation to start from. Okay. 3 active revolving to 1 installment is an ideal mixture. Okay. I gave you a 3-2-1 if you don't have, if you have a mortgage. If you don't have a mortgage, 3 active revolving to 1 installment. Okay. Now you're offering. Okay. Now what we do here, this is what you have access to. Right? This thing is going to be able to get you where you want to be. Okay. You have 26 do-it-yourself videos that will outline exactly what you need to know. It's going to give you step by step before you can look at it directly, and it's like taking you by the hand. It comes with 4 rounds of dispute letters, an income shifting strategy, right? So you can understand, okay, not just what we were talking about before, right? A whole strategy. What you're going to do now that your credit is good. What you're going to do now, the credit is good, you have extra cash flow. See, what we talk about is how that cash flow now needs to be shifted. So that's your income shifting strategy. Then you have your debt elimination software as well. See, this comes together so you can understand your whole package. You know where you're going. So we're going to help you to reestablish credit sources. And all of this is a $69.95 one time for 12-month access. Okay. So when you put all these things together, now you have something to where you can actually get to where you want to be. And I can show you, if you are into a place, say, hey, Mike, I see where you're going, and I definitely want to get this together. I definitely want to get my life together. See, a lot of people are doing things like, $30. I mean, excuse me, what was that? I forget what was that position, elections in law. And I think it was $80 a month. Okay. And then the people have been paying it for 2 years. See, this right here, you have it in the palm of your hand, and you can actually take it and run with it. See, now you can understand what's going on with yourself. Okay. And see, when you know what's going on with your stuff, then everything changes. Now you can actually help others, right? And if that's not in your forecast, right? You say, Mike, I'm not concerned with helping others right now. I want to get myself. So yeah, go ahead and get it knocked out. You have everything in front of you that you'll need to make sure you get everything that you need. Okay. So as we say, that was real quick. I want to show you, and you can see more of this. You can see a quick overview at www.incomeshifting.com. And you can see how the whole package works together, how personal credit is only one of the 5 things that we're going to show you how to increase your cash flow. So when you increase your cash flow, now you're able to make your money work for you. See, now what you want to do is focus. Now, when you focus, you see, hey, now the money, the cash flow is coming in. And now what I can do is I can safely see when I can retire, because now the cash flow starts to be what? More than your expenses. When that happens, it doesn't matter if you're 55 or 25. Retirement is right there in front of you, right? Because you have enough money coming in consistently from your assets, cash making money, right? Those are your assets, right? You want your money working for you. Right. So now the money works for you. Now that money's bringing in an extra $2,000-$3,000 a month. Why do you need the other source? You have an emergency account set up, right? You have your own personalized cash flow plan. So guys, what you want to do is, if you need your own personalized cash flow plan, reach out. You can reach out to www.purposepursuer.com, and you can see everything there if you want a little bit more information. Okay. And then you can always come back to where you saw the video, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on Facebook or whether it's an excerpt that you're seeing, just wherever you may have seen this, you can drop a message and it will come to me, and we can make sure that you get yourself started, get you an analysis so you can see what your own personalized cash flow plan looks like. Okay, because so much time we are spending time going after what we desire without a plan. We say, hey, I heard that I need my credit done. I heard that I need a business credit. I heard that I need an LLC. I heard that I need an EIN. See, all these things we say, we're trying to get individual pieces because we are either not disciplining ourselves, or either maybe we just don't have the income to pay for the certain things that we know that we need. So we're trying to piece things together. See, this is for you. So you don't have to piece things together. You can get a whole system that's affordable so that you can put yourself in a great position to where you can now pursue your purpose, right? See, when you have enough provision, then your purpose, it can be full of passion, right? So now, guys, I want to leave you with that, because we want to always pursue our purpose, because the comfort zone is where everything is not. Right? So we want to pursue your purpose, because this side is too easy. See, on the other side of purpose is where everything lay. But in between that is something that we call fear. That's simply false evidence appearing real. So guys, instead of letting the false evidence appear real, what you want to do is be real. And real just simply stands for renewing excellence and advancing leadership. So welcome to Being Real. We are the Real University. And guys, I'll sign off with this. And I leave you with a quick testimony. And guys, anytime you need anything, like I said, reach out, www.purposepursuer.com, and you can see and just leave a message and make sure that you get yourself started on the track of credit. If you see the picture, you can see we have a step-by-step process, right? Check to check freedom. We got 3 steps to get you there, right? Then you can go a little higher. You can go from check to check freedom to cash flow forever. Then we give you 3 more steps to do. Okay. See, then once you know those steps, what we want to do is we want to move you from an area of just you. Then we want to show you if you need more, we want to show you how to leverage you, right? If you need to increase the cash flow even more from there, we want to show you how to have residual and passive income you. Okay. And each one of those phases have 3 simple steps. Okay. You put all those together and you have renewed your excellence and you're now advancing leadership. Okay. So guys, I see you on the other side of purpose because this side is just too easy. Come up out of your comfort zone. Peace.